Thank you so much. I think that was a very nice introduction. It got sent by my team, तो उन्होंने काफ़ी अच्छा काम किया है. So, जो आपने question पूछा, what am I not doing? So, I had met one uncle, friend's father, काफ़ी साल पहले, and I used to be fascinated by people जो सुबह जल्दी उठते हैं. And मुझसे नहीं हो पा रहा था. I would get up at 7, 8 and all of that. But then one day, I just decided 5 a.m. club join करना है. रॉबिन शर्मा की book थी, and I just took it up. And what फिर अपने क्या मारवाड़ी है ना, so हिसाब लगाया. I said, मैं 8 बजे उठता था. Now I wake up at 5. That's 3 hours a day into 365 days. I actually added 1 full month into my life every year. So it was a huge motivation. And then what happens is the day expands. आप हर एक चीज़ कर सकते हो, and energy levels are super high. So I will talk about it on some other day. Today, I think, I've been asked to talk about, how Jambo King got built. And यहाँ पर ना, again, मैं देखता था, McDonald's है, Starbucks है, Subway है, इन लोग सोचते कैसे हैं? How do they think of that kind of scale? अपने क्या 5 दुकान, 10 दुकान, 50 shops, 100 shops में we get very happy कि हमने बहुत कर लिया. How are these people? How does McDonald's reach 38,000 stores worldwide? How does Subway reach 78,000 stores worldwide? मतलब आदमी हैं जिन्होंने ये create किया है. तो what is different? And why is it that हम Indian businesses अपनी सोच में कहाँ पर गड़बड़ है? Because when I started, I come from a third generation in the food business. So people, and hotel management किया, फिर MBA किया in finance, and people would say नहीं वो McDonald's कर सकता है because वो McDonald's है. हम नहीं कर सकते हैं because Indian customers सब अलग हैं, and father को कुछ और चाहिए, mother को कुछ और चाहिए, बच्चे के लोग कुछ और चाहिए. And my question always was, how come हम McDonald's में जाके सारे की पूरी family जाती है और सब burgers खाते हैं? Domino's में जाके हम सारे pizza खाते हैं. Why is it that in the Indian setup that is not happening? So I started reading a lot of biographies, and I was fortunate to get a business coach. In fact, मैं तो सबको ये advise करूँगा. You will see all people at their peak performance, चाहे वो Federer हो या Tiger Woods हो या whoever sports में जो होते हैं ना, they always have a coach even when they are at the peak. While we as business owners, we don't have coaches. While India में ना बहुत नया concept है. अमेरिका में a lot of the top business owners, they also have coaches. So I said, ये है क्या coaching? And I got myself a business coach. Her name is Minu Mariel, and she's a Indian, British, German citizen. And I was fortunate enough, about 5 साल पहले उनके साथ मैंने mentorship चालू की थी, and it completely has changed my life. So, the business में there were a lot of struggles. We were going through, we were growing at that Hindu rate of growth जो होता था ना 2000 में 4-5% से grow हो रहे हैं, सब सही कर रहे हैं, बहुत मेहनत हो रही है, product is great, service is very nice, but result is not showing on the balance sheet. So, I said that, what is it, where am I going wrong, and what needs to be corrected? So she explained this to me, and वो example मैं use कर रहा हूँ because I think वो हम सबको benefit होगा, because a lot of us are building businesses. And what excites me, and which should excite a lot of the younger generation or the older generation also, is कि बड़ा business कैसे create होता है? What is it? उन लोग कुछ अलग खाते हैं या कुछ अलग college में जाते हैं. What is it that makes these people tick the way they do? So so focus is, I think, was the biggest difference. जैसे मैकडोनल्ड्स ना वो एक चीज़ लेके चलते हैं और फिर वही करते रहते हैं. स्टारबक्स एक चीज़ लेके चलता है, वही करते रहता है. एंड आई स्टार्टेड रीडिंग द बायोग्राफीज़ कि ये जो शुरुआत के 10 साल 20 साल, हाउ डिड दीज कंपनीज ऑपरेट. आज तो सब ठीक लगता है, कि हाँ ठीक है उन्होंने कर लिया, बट शुरुआत कैसे हुई थी. सो दिस इज़ वन ऑफ माई फेवरेट लाइन्स. आई एम सॉरी, आप लोगों को शायद थोड़ा सा make that one idea your life. Dream it, think of it, live on that idea. Let the brain, the body, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea, and just leave every other idea alone. So, what I love is Bill Gates, Microsoft, एक company लेके इतना बड़ा बनता है. So, is there something which these Americans know that we Indians don't? Because हमारे role models, of course, we have the, the Ambanis, etc. So uh, is it that doing 10 businesses is required? Agar samjho, like I am resolved that JamboKing should become a $1 billion brand, right? It's a very large number. That's what excites me. Now, does it require that I have to do 10 different brands to get to that number? कि एक चीज लेके चले and वो, वो possible हो पाएगा. So that is the journey that I am on. So in this, I have already spoken about this. So I'm going to quickly move ahead. So my business coach and what I studied in these companies, and I'm sure that आप लोग reflect करेंगे ना when you all go home, probably in your journey. Does this resonate with you, or does it resonate with someone, some uncle or some cousin whom you may have who's done very well? So company, कोई भी company ना 3 stages होते हैं, which we need to be very, very careful. We have to, if you know it, then you can use it to your advantage. If you don't know it, then you will kind of struggle, because I struggled. I got to know of this much later. So पहला जो stage होता है ना is called the stage of formulation, right? Roughly this is defined as when the company about शुरू होती है. 1 crore का business तो हर आदमी कर लेता है आज, छोटा ठेला वाला भी 1 crore का business करता है, because that's about roughly about 30,000 a day in sale. So it's not very difficult to do. And till about 10 crores na is the formulation stage, where you're figuring out. Actually, there's a lot of is a stage of experimentation. Like when we started with JamboKing, we started as a Vadapao company. Now we have pivoted to, we call ourselves the Indian burgers. There's a stage of experimentation. So every business has 6 functions. There's marketing, product, training, then projects. I'm talking of the food business. Then there is finance. There is projects as a function, and there is supply chain. So ये सारे के सारे functions ना I was doing, and all entrepreneurs do on their own, because you are bootstrapped typically at this time. You can't hire the really good people because they're super expensive. आपका business उतना cash ही नहीं throw up कर रहा है. Funding is, you're bootstrapping. The downfalls, what I've called the pitfalls over here, is that there are financial constraints. You want to go faster, but capital is what is stopping you. And here the focus on Me Too products. So यहाँ पर ना I went through this journey where I felt नहीं यार बड़ा business करना है ना, शायद ये अमेरिका में हो पाता होगा कि एक ही चीज़ को लेके चलो and इतने बड़े बन जाओ. इंडिया में आपको एक और ब्रांड ऐड कर लेना चाहिए, because everybody around me seemed to be doing that. थोड़ा success मिला, because 10 crores is typically the point where the media starts writing about you, right? JamboKing got the first media story when we were around this 10 crore mark. So you start feeling that, boss, I have to arrive in life. Paper में article आ गया, मम्मी को phone आ रहे हैं relatives से, कि आपका बेटा तो बहुत अच्छा कर रहा है. So, there is a lot of recognition which you're getting in your society. And you feel super smart, and, you start getting into, how do I go faster? Because I have seen early success, or seen some success. ये जो second stage है is the stage of concentration, which has been defined as the journey from 10 crores to 100 crores in the business. And this, believe me, is the most difficult part that any entrepreneur or any business really goes through. Because यहाँ पर आपको success मिल गई है, you feel that you already feel like you're the next Mukesh Ambani, right? And media is also saying it, and a lot of investors are chasing you कि सर पैसे ले लो, आप फटाफट से grow कर जाओ, because आप तो next Zomato, Swiggy बनने वाले हो, so you have to move faster. Don't be slow. I heard this the most. Don't be slow, कोई और कर लेगा, right? So you have to move fast, because idea is no one's जागीर. अभी तो सबको पता है कि this is working. And this is the, the stage, concentration, because 10 units of energy give 1 unit of output. That's why for me it was super frustrating. बहुत मेहनत कर रहे हैं, 1 से 10 फटाक से पहुंच गए, पर ये 10 से 100, I should, always वो vision board वगैरह बनाते हैं हम. I don't know if you all have seen the Secret movie and all of that. तो vision board में लगा के रखा था. In my pocket I had 100 crore का check also written with the number and a date and all of those things, and things are not moving up, because 10 units of energy is giving 1 unit of output. Team is mid-management, so they are not really their mid management, obviously, because they are also they can't function on their own. तो आपको उनको हैंड होल्ड करना पड़ता है. And then VC funding has come in. Now VC funding में क्या होता है, that वैल्यूएशन गेम है ये, राइट. सो आपको अपनी वैल्यू बढ़ानी है. अब वैल्यू कैसे बढ़ाते हो, इज़ बाय गिविंग फैंसी प्रोजेक्शंस कि ये तो जी 10 गुना हो जाएगा 3 साल में. एंड यू हैव एज एन आई एम एन MBA स्टूडेंट, आई एम श्योर दैट वी ऑल नो हाउ टू. आप खुद बना लोगे शीट या फिर आपका कोई CA बना के दे देगा. दे विल शो प्रोजेक्शंस. इंडिया इतनी बड़ी मार्केट है, वी आर द नाउ द मोस्ट पॉपुलेटेड कंट्री इन द वर्ल्ड, एंड डुअल इनकम फैमिलीज़ हैं, घर पे कोई खाना नहीं बनाने वाले, सब बाहर खाने वाले हैं. इट्स द नेक्स्ट बिग थिंग, फूड इज़ गोइंग टू वर्क रियली वेल. सो ये सब करके फंडिंग ले ली, राइट. नाउ वो फंड जब बोर्ड मीटिंग्स होती हैं, राइट, वो हर क्वार्टर वो बोल रहे हैं जी आपने तो बोले थे नेक्स्ट ईयर इतने स्टोर्स, नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर इतने स्टोर्स जाएंगे, हो नहीं रहे हैं, राइट. एंड 1 साल निकल गया, हो नहीं रहा है. 3rd ईयर हो गया, 2nd ईयर हो गया, हो नहीं रहा है. एंड दैट इज़ वेयर यू स्टार्ट गेटिंग इनटू सेल्फ डाउट, because I think all of us as entrepreneurs, now we are very, I think we are honest to begin with. There are very few people who want to really cheat the investor whom they have got on board. However, experience नहीं था, तो अपने तो projections बहुत fancy बना दिए, funding ले ली. अब वो the clock has started ticking. And the guy is saying that भाई फटाफट फटाफट बढ़ाओ, मुझे exit चाहिए. Which is where you start making these mistakes, the pitfalls, the urge to expand geographically. So we were told भाई बॉम्बे में नहीं रहो खाली, quickly get into a lot of the other cities, because that is what everyone else is doing. And what I realized that everybody else was doing it because all of them had made these fancy projections to their investors. Right? So suddenly the finance investor who does not know your business is starting to tell you कि आपको आपके business को कैसे चलाना है. Right? Why? Because he's saying, sir आप जो projections दे रहे हो वो तो meet कर नहीं रहे हो. Right? So definitely you're doing something wrong. तो अब मेरी बात सुनो and मेरे हिसाब से करो. And I remember because I was like यार बात तो सही है, गलती होगी तो मैं बोलूँगा सर आपने ही बोला था, इसके लिए हो गया. So अब you try to involve people into the mistake, but actually then what is happening is that आप कंपनी के लिए जो अच्छा है ना वो नहीं कर रहे हो, आपके बोर्ड के लिए जो अच्छा है, आपके इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए जो अच्छा है उसको आपको you don't want to say no to him. That's why you start doing a lot of things. So we expanded into Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Indore, Lucknow, Ahmedabad, Surat, Baroda, because inquiries तो बहुत आ रही हैं, but we realize supply chain is not working, it's not strong enough, marketing is not working, right? Then again self-doubt कि boss maybe there's something wrong with us, ठीक है. And ये सब के चलते I don't know why for us Bombay did not grow, which is supposed to be a very very large market. And so then the next solution is expand your product portfolio, right? Product add करो जी, वड़ा पाव नहीं, आप फ्रैंकी भी ऐड करो, आप उसमें समझो अभी मोमोज चल रहे हैं तो मोमोज भी ऐड कर लो, एंड ब्रेकफास्ट में कुछ होना चाहिए, पोहा भी ऐड करो, बिकॉज व्हाट हैज़ हैपेंड नाउ इज बिकम अ फ्री फॉर ऑल, राइट. हर आदमी आके आपको सिखा के जा रहा है आपको आपका बिजनेस कैसे रन करना चाहिए, बिकॉज यू आर सपोज टू बी अ राइजिंग स्टार, विच अभी जैसे हम कभी कभी होता है ना क्रिकेट में, विराट कोहली फेल हो जाए तो वी ऑल्सो स्टार्ट टेलिंग हिम कि यार इसको ऐसा शॉट खेलना चाहिए था. So, because we earn the right to advise people. I am calling this a pitfall because what my study about McDonald's, Starbucks, Subway, Domino's, all of these people was, एक चीज करो and keep on multiplying with that. And when they come into India, the same thing is working for them, right? India में आके उन्होंने कुछ अलग नहीं किया, but they already had a proven system in place. So that is why this is called the concentration stage. This is the real वो जो बनवास हुआ था ना राम जी को, kind of that is what the entrepreneur actually goes through over here, and it is tough. The gentleman who spoke before me about that Dr. Vedya, so he did not have to go through this. So I was really amazed by his journey. But I think in our space, QSR space, retail business, traditional businesses, this is what I saw across happening with most of the people. So once if you have avoided these two mistakes, by the way it's very difficult to avoid them because pressure बहुत होता है, and मैंने ये दोनों mistakes की, गलती करके सीखा, and उसके बाद में I had to override my board and say that boss, no, it is not working. So at one point they also gave up. They said कि भाई कुछ नहीं होने वाला है because no idea is working. तो भाई आप चलाओ जैसे आपको कंपनी चलानी है, and let us see what happens. So anyway, we shut down everything outside of Mumbai, and we said, let us come back to Mumbai and let us get this corrected. So this is where, this is the third stage, which is the momentum stage. As per my coach, Menuji, why this is called momentum is because here is where 1 unit of energy starts giving you 10 units of output. यानी basically अब आपका business ना has got proven, right? Now आप इसको like a Xerox machine quickly you can keep on, kind of growing it, printing out more and more stores in a way. This is where you now are able to afford a senior management team. You have got good people in place, who are able to manage the complexity of the business as you scale up. Access to PE funding बहुत easily हो जाती है. I think this is the place where you should really be raising the money. This is the most difficult part, ये 10 to 100 वाला, because वहाँ पर आपका खुद का business ही ना actually पका नहीं है अच्छे से, because it's not proven at scale. It is proven more at the conceptual stage. And then if you don't get patient capital at this stage, it can get really, मतलब investors, of course they are investors, they are all also well-meaning people, but they can make you do some really tough things. So you have access to PE funding, you can grow the business faster, and this is, I call this from the 100 to 1,000 crores ka stage. इधर भी pitfalls हैं, mistakes to avoid is shift of focus from building the business to chasing valuations, right? Because अभी 3x 4x of valuation तो मिलना ही चाहिए because Domino's को मिल रहा है, right? So you're suddenly starting to chase valuations. So now your secondary वाले यहाँ पर जो primary में आए थे वो secondary exit मांग रहे हैं, राइट? सो उनको आपको एग्जिट दिलवाना है. आपने उनको बहुत अच्छी रोज़ी पिक्चर बुला के लाया था, अब बोल रहे हो भाई अभी हमारा माल बिकवाते टाइम वही सेम रोज़ी स्टोरी कंटिन्यू करो. वाई यू सेइंग दैट मल्टीपल 2 टाइम, ये 3 टाइम नहीं रहेगा, 2 टाइम होना चाहिए, बिकॉज देयर इज सम लेवल ऑफ एक्सपेक्टेशन विच हैज़ गॉट बिल्ट इन. बट यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल एज अ बिजनेस ओनर, बिकॉज आप जिसको ला रहे हो अंदर, ही इज़ द वन हु इज़ गोइंग टू now be part of your journey from this 100 to 1,000 crores, and you need to make sure that they get a very good return on the investment. So ये जो shift of focus from building the business, I've seen a lot of businesses where the entrepreneurs gets in a good team in place and then he thinks भाई मैंने मेहनत कर ली बहुत 10 साल 15 साल, अब मैं थोड़ा सा I should go a little relaxed, let the team do what they are supposed to do, and they take their eye off the ball, losing the finger on the pulse, right? Where typically a CEO comes in and he's running the company. So avoid these things, and I think then what happens is now the part where the really exciting part of India being such a large country. So like for us, for JamboKing, someone asked me कि भाई आपको क्या लगता है कितने stores डालेंगे? So I say that Domino's का stated data available है that they are looking India as a market of 3,000 stores. So I say यार अगर Domino's 3,000 store डालेगा तो JamboKing we should be able to put 10,000 stores, because आप पिज़्ज़ा शायद महीने में एक बार खाओगे, but a 99 rupee burger and Coke people are going to have at least once a week, right? So the market is much larger. Capex for a Domino's stores is about 75 lakhs to 1 crore. JamboKing store डल जाता है about 25 से 30 लाख में. So even in a small city like Jalgaon, right, Domino's शायद एक store डालेगा, but JamboKing वहाँ पर 3 से 4 store डाल सकता है. So what happens is a lot of the understanding of the business starts to come in here. But I wanted to actually add one thing that with my business coach, Meenu ji, so I said, that ये $1 billion game दिख रहा है, बहुत मजा आने वाला है. Now ये होता है, but how fast do you push the business? Right? This is a really important piece that I wanted to share over here is, if, so again, MBA students, हम लोग फटाफट, calculator निकाल के working चालू कर देते हैं. I said, if we grow at 60% CAGR, 60% annualized, so 100 से 1000 पहुंचने में 5 साल लगेगा. If we grow at about 26% CAGR, slower growth, we will take about 10 years to get from here to here. So some good years, some not so good years, 40% CAGR, about 7 साल में हम यहाँ से यहाँ पहुँच सकते हैं. Now the beauty of this whole thing is, because I am actually kind of going through this whole thing. The temptation कि बहुत fast grow कर जाओ. So for us to get from here to here, we have to be present only in 4 cities: Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. We don't need to open a 5th city, but the temptation is कि नहीं बहुत सारे शहर open कर लो. Right? So I just feel that people actually make a mistake by opening a lot of those cities, because marketing spends are really important in a business like ours. And I think for each one of you all in your respective business, you all will have to figure out what is the the finger on the pulse that is required to make it larger. And then वो 100 से 1000 भी होगा, 100 से 10,000 भी होगा. The world is your oyster, literally, because you have achieved scale and build a business. And then that is when people will start saying, अरे McDonald's कर सकता है because वो McDonald's है. I am waiting for the stage where people say, हाँ JamboKing वाले कर सकते हैं because वो JamboKing है यार, अपने कैसे करेंगे? Because there is, एक idea था, उन्होंने ले लिया, and now there is, what are the other ideas? While I feel India में कम से कम 10 ऐसे food brands बनेंगे which are going to become $1 billion companies. And we do hope, to, kind of go out and do that. And that is how, I think we have a huge, this Indian sentiment inside us. We do believe that we will quickly become the 3rd largest economy and then the 2nd largest economy, for which there have to be hundreds of businesses which get laser sharp focused on one thing and become really good at that, because that is how we will become, so big. Why is it that so many brands come out of America? आप shoes में ले लो, Nike, Adidas, food में ले लो, Apple, iPhone भी वहाँ पर बना, Tesla भी वहाँ पर बना. Everything is happening over there. And I would seriously recommend, there's this book called Focus by Al Rice and Jack Trout. Go buy this book and read it for your business. Get your next generation to read it. And I would be very happy to have discussions with anyone who has, who may have questions over there. Because I think that is where the real future of massive wealth creation is going to lie, where our business grow भी करते हैं और वो business पैसे भी कमाता है, because it has been grown sensibly. So with that, I come to the end of this presentation. I hope I have added value. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dhiraj. Any questions for Dhiraj?
How are you?
Good, thank you.
So, I would continue to address with Bhaiya. We've been in touch for a long time now. And I've seen your journey right from early stage. From an outsider's perspective, and I've been a Vadapao fan, needless to prove it, but your twist pivot to burger has been a very good surprise for me. What motivated you to do that?
Okay, I think that's a wonderful question. What we realized is that Vadapao ना, ये मेरे एक फ्रेंड ने आके मुझे बोला था, he gave me this example जब ये insight मुझे आया, because मैंने 17 साल ना we were Vadapao, we were fighting burgers. So no, अंदर एक को DNA में घुस गया था, और हम burger बन जाएंगे तो हमने तो हार मान ली, right? We have to continue being Vadapao, while most of our growth has happened after we moved, right? We have clocked an average growth rate of about 60% for the past 5 years, COVID included, right? So आपने ये एपिगामे योगर्ट का नाम सुना है? right? So that guy had come to me, and Rahul hai unka naam. He said, we want you to carry our product at all the Jambo King stores. You have come out with a smaller pack. I said, let us see, हम बात कर रहे हैं, कैसे बैठेगा, price क्या है, etc. And then, as a conversation, he just said, yes, तेको पता है ये actually है क्या? I said, yeah, Greek yogurt, what a brilliant idea, तुमने insight कहाँ से मिली बता भाई, you might have gone to Greece, you might have seen something over there to get this insight. So his answer was, it really shook me. He said, yeah, actually Shrikhand hai. I said, what? Suddenly, मेरे लिए वो product के लिए इज्जत एकदम कम हो गई. So I was like, Shrikhand है? He said, yeah, this is Shrikhand. Now, अगर मैं उसे Shrikhand बोल के launch करता ना, तो इसको कोई नहीं खरीदता. I'm calling it epigamia yogurt, right? Greek yogurt, and see how people are buying it, and you'll see all these people into fitness and models and all of those up now break maybe वो purse में से epigamia yogurt निकाल के they have and they say I'm going to eat only this today. So it becomes such a cool thing to do. And we realize that the younger generation, they need aspirations, right? So Vadapao as a name had a problem. It was, आप सारे पेपर में भी हम रीड करते थे ना, ये सबके सारे लोगों के ना गरीबी का साथी था. जब मैं बॉम्बे आया था, मेरे पास पैसे नहीं थे, मैं वड़ा पाव खाता था, राइट? मैं जब बॉम्बे आया, symbolic. So it kind of, the association with that was not very, very aspirational. So we said that great, anyway, people say Jambo King Vadapao to hai nahi. They give a round bread and a flat patty, mayonnaise डालते हैं. So ये तो actually burger है. So that's when we pivoted to calling it Indian burgers. And we actually suddenly, we've gone to Delhi now. We have 17 stores over there. We are doing extremely well. वहाँ पर किसी को burger नहीं समझाना पड़ रहा है. वड़ा पाव ना उनको समझाना पड़ता कि भाई हम क्यों खाएं, क्योंकि उनके छोले कुलचे is what they eat. In Hyderabad, we are now at 6 stores, doing touchwood extremely well. वहाँ पर उनको समझाना नहीं पड़ रहा है कि वड़ा पाव क्या है. I have a lot of family in Hyderabad. जब बॉम्बे आते थे ना, अरे वड़ा पाव खाना है, वड़ा पाव खाना है. आज से 10 साल पहले when we had gone to Hyderabad, we opened stores there, कोई नहीं आया. So I like, अरे we got वड़ा पाव for you, what happened? He said, नहीं नहीं हम तो यहाँ इडली खाते हैं. So that was their local food. So either you have to have hundreds of crores of money which you're going to invest into advertising, or if you are bootstrapping and growing it, then you have to go with what is working. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Yeah. Haji.
Hi, I'm Divya Saraslewala. I really liked the story that you mentioned. It's really beautiful. I have followed you initially when you were, I think you all had hit 100 crores a while back.
100 stores.
100 stores a while
Yeah,
back. Yeah. And then I realized that suddenly मैं वापस आया India after some years and पढ़ाई करके सब हुआ, and I was like, कहाँ गया?
Correct.
Yeah, so it was very amazing to see you guys back at the airport about a year or a year and a half ago when I saw that, and it was a totally different thing. It was quite good. What I would want to ask you is how you found a business coach, how you decided on one business coach versus the array of coaches that you see all around. Yeah, that was quite a thing. And I would like to know, does the product or the focus that you say have to be product, or it could be logistics for your business, or it could be the way, when you say focus, is it the trick or is it the product?
So you've asked me a lot of questions. I'm going to quickly try and answer them. So business, it's like the business coach part. I think when they say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, right? So I, as an entrepreneur, I had been like, मुझे तो सब आता है, right? Because newspaper वाले पूछ रहे हैं, sir बहुत बढ़िया brand बनाया, article लिखिए, ये कीजिए, वो कीजिए. So you suddenly you become not coachable. It gets to your head somewhere कि यार मैं तो बहुत smart हूँ. So and a coach is going to come and tell you, because I did not like my coach at all when we began the coaching, कि you need to work, you have a money mindset problem. आपने जो 100 store, so we never reach 100 stores, वो पेपर में था. अगर आप 6-7 साल पहले की बात करें.
मुझे तो किसी cousin ने बताया था. Sorry. but
So,
anyway.
so I was like, no, what do you mean by 100? So he said that you're saying जब 100 stores हो जाएंगे ना तब हम ये करेंगे फिर हम ये करेंगे फिर हम ये You're always keeping it out there, and it is a lot to do with spirituality also. And I think as business owners, you'll be amazed at how spirituality is, it was a personal thing that I did not, I was having a bad relationship with, someone in the company. And that person said, my business coach said, आपको इसको जाके ठीक करना पड़ेगा. I said that, no, वो बहुत ज़्यादा interfere नहीं करते हैं मेरे काम में. So वो अलग चीज़ है, why are we mixing the two things? He said that, no, जो आपका जो energy है ना, has to be expansive and super progressive in all aspects of life. So आपका health, your family relationships, your work relationships, your spiritual growth, right? So मतलब there are 6 aspects. Your friends and your friend circle. I said काम में इतने मत घुस जाओ कि आप friends के साथ time नहीं spend कर रहे हो. Your society, the kind of, and in fact, the amazing work that is happening over here that, of course, I know about it through Suraj, and I always compliment him for how he takes out time for all of these things, something to really learn from. So, each of these aspects has to be working, and I went and improved that relationship, and तब से ना मेरे में हो गया that if I am having not a fantastic relationship with everyone that I'm in touch with, I go and work on it. कि बस एक second, there's an issue, क्या problem है, let's solve it. Sometimes what we do is we try to brush it under the carpet. कि नहीं चलो उससे बात नहीं करनी, वो अच्छा आदमी नहीं है. कि I'm not going to talk to him, या फिर आएगा तो मैं उसको देखूंगा नहीं, kind of a thing. But that remains in your field. So a business coach, my business coach is more of, she says, इतने शर्मा के हिचकिचा के क्यों बोलते हो $1 billion कंपनी बनानी है? बी प्राउड ऑफ इट. तुमको शर्म आ रही है या खुद पे कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है कि हो पाएगा तो बोलना नहीं चाह रहे हो, राइट? डू इट एंड डू इट द राइट वे. क्रिएट मैसिव वेल्थ फॉर एवरीवन अराउंड यू, फॉर ऑल योर टीम, for all your stakeholders, for all your franchisees, for all your suppliers. You are doing a fantastic job. Entrepreneurs are needed. And be an example for hundreds of other people. So I hope I've what was the second question?
The second question was when the focus when you say
Yeah.
product versus logistics versus trick versus idea, what would you?
So I think that's a fantastic question. I might not be able to answer it fully over here because मुझे आपका business kind of समझना पड़ेगा. I thought our business was Vadapao. We were very product focused, right? But actually we were the best food for people on the go when they're snacking and they are in a hurry to get somewhere. चाहे हम वड़ा पाव बेच रहे होते या अभी बर्गर सेल कर रहे हैं या so burger is the fastest food to assemble. Right? It takes about 2.5 minutes to get made. People can use it, eat it. They don't need fork, cutlery, and all of those things. So ये सब चीज़ समझते समझते ना बहुत टाइम निकल जाता है. That is where that 10 to 100 की journey में the understanding happens. So it's like we are looking at pizzas. Domino's भी पिज़्ज़ा बेचता है, पिज़्ज़ा भी पिज़्ज़ा बेचता है, right? Because I had met Ramdev Agarwal ji of Motilal Oswal. In fact, he's the one who launched this book. तो his first reaction was like, धीरज एक बर्गर ब्रांड बना के क्या करोगे, एक और ये तो ऑलरेडी मैकडोनल्ड्स है, बर्गर किंग है, तुमको तो कोई पूछेगा ही नहीं. सो आई सेड सर बहुत बढ़िया क्वेश्चन है, मैं आंसर करूं? तो इसे हाँ मुझे बताओ कि व्हाई वुड एनीवन कम टू जम्बो किंग? आई सेड सी जैसे पिज़्ज़ा का मैंने एग्जांपल लिया, पिज़्ज़ा हट में हम जाके बैठ के खाते हैं वहाँ पे, राइट? डोमिनोज हम घर पे बुलाते हैं पिज़्ज़ा, राइट? इवन माई 10-year-old kid when he was 10 years old, now he's 18, वो मॉल में हम जाते थे ना, वहाँ पर डोमिनोज भी था, पिज़्ज़ा हट भी था. ही सेड डैडी पिज़्ज़ा हट जाना है. अच्छा क्यों, घर पे तो डोमिनोज के लिए जिद कर रहा था. तो ही सेड दैट नहीं, मॉल में आए हैं ना, सो ओवर हियर वी हैव टू सिट एंड ईट, वी विल गो टू अ पिज़्ज़ा हट. एंड घर पे इट वाज ऑलवेज a Domino's. So we said that now, that is why reading this book Focus is super important. Categories and be the leader in that subcategory. So in the burgers we said there is a McDonald's and Burger King, वो 2000 square feet के स्टोर डाल रहे हैं, आप जाते हो बैठ के खाते हो, they're giving the whole experience. We are literally recreating a new subcategory called on the go burgers, where people will be like, अरे बॉस मेरे को जल्दी में है, I have to go for a meeting or to attend a college, a class or catch a flight or whatever, I need to quickly eat something. So McDonald's में नहीं जाना है यार वो, so they come to a Jambo King and it is working really well. We have proof where in Delhi it's a new market for us. We have a store bang opposite a McDonald's store. And वहाँ पर हमारी 150 स्क्वायर फीट की दुकान, it does साल का about 2 crores का सेल, और 150 स्क्वायर फुट की दुकान. So like दिल्ली, they don't know Jambo King, but उनको बात समझ में आ गई ना without advertisement किए, we know that we have something working. And the differentiation is clear. They say हाँ बैठ के खाना हो, फ्रेंड्स को 4 घंटे बिताने 2 घंटे बिताने हैं, तो AC में जाके बैठ गए एंड वहाँ पर वो एक फ्राइज़ मंगवाएंगे एंड वो आधे घंटे तक 1 घंटे तक खाएंगे, फिर जाके एक फ्राइज़ और लेके आ जाएंगे. While when on the go, they quickly buy a Jambo King and they move on.
So food on the go.
So ये सब ना धीरे धीरे आप जब बिजनेस में घुसोगे, why you the for each one of us it should be whatever segment I am operating in, I have to be in the top 2-3. And if that segment is taken away, then I will have to create a new segment within that market. So थोड़ा loaded है, मेरे को तो बहुत टाइम लगा ये समझने में, but
नहीं, सोचने के लिए बहुत है अभी.
Yeah. So read, focus by Alrise, and ये आदमी की जितनी बुक्स है ना सारी आप रीड कर लो.
How do you spell it? Alrise?
ALRIES. In fact, I am collaborating with his daughter. His name is Alrise. Alrise just passed away about 6 months ago, to write a book on Indian case studies, on Indian businesses which are very, very laser sharp focused and have built amazing money, amazing wealth for people. Right? Because I think there's a lot of work which is happening. And ये narrative ना अभी शुरू हो रहा है, where एक चीज़ करो and be the best at it all over India and then try and go all over the world, instead of trying to do 10 things. And so people say in the food business I want to own a share of the stomach. Right? I think it's a flawed philosophy. It's better to own one particular product and the need. Like I love this person, Kishore Biani ji, and it really pains me to see what he went through, because I remember there was a time मैं रोज सुबह उठता था ना, I should read the paper, एक नया format launch हुआ, फिर एक नया format launch हुआ, फिर एक नया format launch हुआ. Now like यार Alrise तो कुछ और ही बोलता है, right? Walmart in Sam Walton in America, उसने सिर्फ एक चीज़ लेके चला, which was Walmart. Why is this person doing 10 things? But obviously I could not go and tell him that आप क्या कर रहे हो, right? Because why would he listen to me? But it's, I think, so DMart is a great success going with with focus and see how it is giving results.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I'll take one question. Dhiraj, yeah.
हाँ जी.
I'll take one question. Now, before we have one more speaker there, but like you said, no, we need to have one more interaction. We need to have one more interaction. What I want to share with you is this organization, Akhil Bharatiya Agarwal Sammelan, is a national organization with 65,000 members on the website.
Wow.
It has got representation in each and every state of India. In each and every state, we have a state president, we have city presidents, it is spread all over India. So now with you growing such business, I offer you the support of this organization all over India, whether it is in putting up shops, working together, working on raw materials, and what you said in your wordings, like, you need people with energy, with integrity, with whatever, all those 6 things which you're mentioning. We can work on those things, and I would prefer a Jambo King being success than a McDonald. Indian brand coming to a new level than anything else at all. So I offer you a hand of this organization, and we are 8 crore Agarwals in India. So let's have one more interaction, Suraj, maybe one more meeting. Yes, please. Yeah.
What we can do is, sir, we can have a webinar of his, wherein he can explain the franchisee model that he has, which is like very profitable. Somebody can start with his first store and then keep growing in that city or wherever his expansion plans are, and we can do that webinar.
Yeah.
So for all the Agrawals. So
Definitely,
that would be a good idea.
We can work on many things together, please.
Absolutely. So there are 2 things. एक तो हमारे बिजनेस को कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं, and this is my CSR activity, you know, to go out and share ke if at least one business sitting out here will today go and read that book and say बस बात समझ में आ गई, and you know, grow 10x in the next 5 years just by actually, you know, they say instead of going a mile wide and an inch deep, it is better to go an inch wide and a mile deep, because you know सारा खजाना वहाँ है. ठीक है. Yes.
Yeah, hi Dhiraj ji. Thank you for such a thorough presentation.
Thank you.
I have two questions actually. So the first one is that I'd like to know a bit more from you about how you go about transforming an existing product into an aspirational product. Like you mentioned that from Vadapao you went to burgers. So besides rebranding, what else did you have to do to create that aspiration in people's mind, like to change people's perception? That is a very difficult task. So how did you go about it?
And the second
And
question?
the
Yeah.
second one, yeah, so this is about what you just said, you know, an inch wide and a mile deep. So how do you balance that approach, that of focus along with also being agile? Like for example, when KFC, it came to India, so they were pretty sure that they'll be selling their original recipe chicken, but that actually failed because people here did not like the taste at all. So they had to completely change the product itself. So it was only because that they were agile and they were in tune with what the market wanted that they were able to actually become a profitable brand in India.
Okay. So I think there are, I'll just answer the second one first. So I think there are a lot of myths. I don't believe कि इंडिया में हर एक 10 किलोमीटर पे या 100 किलोमीटर पे टेस्ट चेंज होता है. I think these are all myths that people have created to justify either their failure or to justify their getting into multiple products. I'm saying कि अगर डोमिनोज के लिए मार्केट हर 100 किलोमीटर पे चेंज नहीं हो रहा है, so why is it that हमारे लिए वो चेंज हो जाता है? Right? Because I have data. Right? Domino's sells exactly the same pizza. Their top 3 selling pizzas are the same all over the country. Okay? So I think ये जो सारे फूड में क्या होता है, बिकॉज सब रॉ इंग्रेडिएंट्स आपके पास आ रहे हैं, आप उधर कुछ भी कर सकते हो. देयर इज नो रियल मशीनरी दैट यू हैव टू यू नो बाय. सो एवरी प्रॉब्लम का हल है नया प्रोडक्ट ऐड करो. हर प्रॉब्लम का हल है नया कोई फैट चालू हुआ है उसमें घुस जाओ. सो आई थिंक फॉर अस, yes, changing from vada pav to burgers was tough. We got a lot of flack from people. People said that, you know, they felt cheated. कि यार आप तो लड़ रहे थे, आप तो उनके साथ जुड़ गए. And but I think so the change was actually so easy. We had to, instead of plain buns, we had to add sesame seed buns. Instead of, you know, potato based garlic sauce, we got a mayonnaise based garlic sauce, and सब कुछ change हो गया. Actually फर्क सिर्फ उतना ही था.
And so how do you position this against, let's say, Burger King or McDonald's? कि मतलब someone, let's say if we call it an aspirational product, why would someone choose X over Y?
As I said, when the person is looking at sitting and eating, he chooses between a McDonald's and a Burger King. We are creating an entirely new category called on-the-go burgers. यानी जम्बो किंग तो 200 स्क्वायर फीट के स्टोर ना हर नुक्कड़ कॉर्नर पे आपको हर जगह मिलेगा. McDonald's you will have to go to the store. A Jambo King will come to you. It's the convenience part, which is what we are really playing with. मतलब we make it so convenient, the person says कि बस grab and go, McDonald's कौन जाएगा? And like at Andheri station, we have a store right opposite McDonald's. We were really scared. And हमें ज़्यादा डर कब लगा? At Andheri station, I don't know if any of you all have gone there in the west, road है about I think 30 feet का road है, 30 या 40 feet का होगा. वहाँ पर they put up another store. Like बस अब एक तो संभाल लिया, अब ये दूसरे को कैसे झेलेंगे? That was how large the market was. Today in Bombay, that store of ours, only 200 square feet, is the 3rd highest selling store in Mumbai city. Right? So we are like, and we do a lot of research. We ask our customers के we did this at Andheri metro station, Jambo King के बिल्कुल लग के ना there is a Burger King. So we told our marketing team कि यार हमारे 1000 customers से बात करो after they've eaten कि सर इधर Burger King था, आप यहाँ क्यों आए? You know, why didn't you go there? Why did you come to Jambo King? And only record their answer. राइट, अपना इंटरप्रिटेशन मत लाना. एंड वैसे ही फिर हमने जाके 1000 बर्गर किंग के कस्टमर से बात की. यू नो, वी मेड देम पोज एज कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स जो इंटरव्यू कर रहे हैं कि भाई आप जम्बो किंग क्यों गए, आप मतलब जम्बो किंग क्यों नहीं गए, आप बर्गर किंग क्यों आए. एंड द रिजल्ट्स वर अमेजिंग. दे सेड वेजिटेरियन बर्गर्स खाना है तो जम्बो किंग की वेराइटी इज़ मच बेटर. जिस दिन नॉनवेज खाना होता है ना, उस दिन हम बर्गर किंग जाते हैं. सर्विस वाइज जम्बो किंग इज़ मच फास्टर. So what happens is Burger King is not used to a 200 square feet store. Their team does not know how to run it that way. Their जो area general managers होते हैं, they have come and spoken with me that sir, we are trying to get this 2.5 minutes time, हमसे हो नहीं पा रहा है, because our menu is more suited for a larger operation. I was sitting with the country head for, we were on the same flight, and he turned out to be the country head for McDonald's. So I was just asking him कि सर आप ये 200 square feet के store क्यों नहीं डाल रहे हो. तो he said that नहीं, वो हमारा फॉर्मेट है ही नहीं. We don't know how to operate that. We put up 2000 square feet stores because that is it's like, you know, Mercedes suddenly deciding कि यार मैं ना छोटी गाड़ी डालता हूँ. राइट भाई, Mercedes छोटी गाड़ी नहीं हो सकती है. Right, so a Tata will always do very well in their space. So we need to know what space you're operating it and then completely rule that space, because both the spaces are very, very exciting.
This is where focus comes in.
This is where focus is required to understand why is it कि हम बिना डरे McDonald's हो, Burger King हो, कोई भी हो, we go and put up our stores and focus on what we are doing. We don't worry about यार वो क्या करेगा, वो price गिरा देगा, you know, because we know. And then always be alert, never become arrogant, right? Keep on changing. We keep on innovating our own menu, right? So we मतलब burgers का कोई सोचे, you know, when they are on the go, and that is the category that we want to keep advertising and keep creating. On the go, burgers on the go, burgers on the go, you know, literally make it into a thing. And it's huge, but I'm saying, so if my fantasy is कि आप billion बनाएंगे, I'm not talking about valuations, मैं तो business की बात कर रहा हूँ, turnover की बात कर रहा हूँ. I'm like, boss, मुझे तो ये सामने दिख रहा है. We are focusing on metro stations, and so I said that यार metro stations में we have a very good connect, मतलब अच्छे से चल रहा है, दिल्ली भी, बैंगलोर भी, as in हैदराबाद भी. So हमने थोड़ा सा research किया, and then we found out that over the next 5 to 7 years, इंडिया में 2300 metro stations खुल रहे हैं in different cities. So like, boss, there you are. ये रहा आपका 2000 नहीं तो 1000 स्टोर का फुटप्रिंट. तो सामने हमको सिर्फ बैठ के वेट करना है मोदी जी कब जाके उद्घाटन करें अलग अलग जगह, एंड वी जस्ट गो ओवर. इट्स लाइक हर मॉल जो खुलता है वहाँ पर मैकडोनल्ड्स होता ही है, हर मेट्रो स्टेशन जो खुलेगा वहाँ पर जम्बो किंग जाएगा. एंड देन बिकम अ नंबर 1 प्लेयर इन दैट. देयर विल बी पीपल हु विल कम, देयर विल बी अ नंबर 2, नंबर 3, but just absolutely rule that. Be very focused on being an on-the-go burger. We should not put up sit-down restaurants and try to, because छोटे-छोटे शहरों में ना वो मन करता है कि यार 500 स्क्वायर फीट का स्टोर डाल लेते हैं, वहाँ मैकडोनल्ड्स तो अगले 10 साल भी नहीं आ पाएगा, बिकॉज उनका केपेक्स है 7 से 8 करोड़ का, तो वहाँ पर उनकी वाइबिलिटी नहीं बैठेगी. बट जम्बो किंग विद 30 lakhs हमारी वाइबिलिटी बहुत क्विकली बढ़ जाएगी.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think I'm taking up a lot of time.